Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Indigo Angel. Satnam, Asalam Shalom, and thank you for your love and support of my channel. Thank you for all the amazing comments that you all post, letting me know in what ways I've connected to you and your overall support, or asking me to clarify knowledge, or, whatever it is. Just know that I always read the comments and I enjoy the feedback. And always, if you're subscribed, don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you can continue to get my updates, as I have energy updates that I do consistently put out at the shift of the new lunar gateway. So every 28 days, as this is the original natural cycle of the earth, as we rhythmically dance with the moon. I do feel that the Mayan calendar is the most accurate as far as aligning the electromagnetic human vessel to the original Earth template. The original Earth template being the most harmonious alignment one can experience within their multidimensional bodies. The closest state of balance, neutrality, and harmony is when you're fully connected planetarily. And activation of this calendar system teaches the mind and body about their fourth dimensional existence, their inherent cosmic elemental nature, and true lunar solar cyclical unfoldment of self-awareness and inner expansion. So especially if you identify as a starseed and an indigo, or awakened, activated ascension codes in the DNA, lit up with 12 to 48 strands of the DNA, then the Mayan is worth taking a look at and aligning your psyche and mental spheres to the framework of the energetic structures of the calendar, as they assist in revealing to you the circular patterns of life. When you align to the Mayan, you will all of a sudden be very aware of the rhythmic nature of yourself, and it's a very harmonious state. It is these true flower patterns of life. Like the beautiful flower that Earth and Venus web as they dance together in their cycle. Earth is actually webbing many flowers within its planetary families, the moon and the sun specifically, but also the outer planets and even Nibiru. But I'll use this visual imprint of Earth and Venus circular flower for an example today. Today on this new moon, so happy new moon to everybody. And it's November 3rd, so we'll be going into that. We're within the new moon gateway as we speak right now. So let's all really think about what we're manifesting at this time, so that way we can anchor in our highest timeline, our highest vibration, and our highest state of being. But I had to say that because I had to get excited about that new moon there for a second. But yes, so I'll use this visual imprint of Earth and Venus, this circular flower pattern here, for example. And it's these patterns that we awaken in our awareness that activates the light body to the higher radial photonic light codes. And as you ascend through your solar rishi body, or your crystalline DNA, the ability to see more of the quantum realms and the galactic realms, it unfolds. Especially the higher you get in your physical body's vibration, the more that you can drop density, and not specifically weight, more of like energetic suppression, emotional suppression, heavy toxic relationships, heavy toxic programming and belief systems. All of this is energetic density that one must transcend, release, surrender, purge, heal, go through all these processes to get that physical vibration up within the body. Because the higher you vibrate, the more you're going to see. And the more you're going to meta and ultra attune your vision to perceive this quantum aspect of source communication, of absorption and transmission and reflection. These being the ways in which we as humans have the capacity and the capability to understand source energy. So it's through these awarenesses that the higher angelic human template will come online within the grids of your very own Kathara. So by simply just taking these patterns, and you can really do this with any pattern, any sacred geometry shape, even though I'm leaning away from sacred geometry shapes as much lately within my own personal practices, only because I do feel when you focus on the sacred geometric shape that you still are really focusing on the physical structures of matter. Okay, so that is really great if you're still ascending within your 12th dimensional bodies. And it's through these dimensional structures of the Kathara grid, so these systems that have been laid out in place for us to follow, to understand spheres of the mind, spheres of the psyche, multidimensional realms within. We follow these structural systems, and one of them would be this 12th dimensional platform that has been laid in front of us. Okay, so if you're still utilizing that, you would resonate more with sacred geometry symbols, so to speak. Now, if you've gone galactic, you've gone cosmic, you've gone planetary, you're going to align more to these circular flower designs, because this is the actual harmonization and the actual flow of energy. Energy is not linear. It's not angular. It's energy structures will hold angular shapes in the physical, but in the etheric realms, in the astral realms, in the higher dimensional planes, energetic systems do not adhere to any type of structure. So you're going to harmonize and resonate more to these floral patterns and to these cyclical patterns, these cycle patterns that actually represent the true flow of energy. So by simply just taking the pattern and doing a Bio-Regenesis technique called Pineal Induction, or what you can also call embedding of High Veca Codes into your dimensional anatomy, where you simply just take the pattern, and you can even cross your eyes a little bit and blur the symbol, and then you want to breathe the pattern into your pineal, and then you activate that mathematical program or energetic imprint into your field. And it corresponds to the appropriate aspects of your Kathara grid according to your existing programming. And you can expand and unfold in that new template structure. And this is conscious reprogramming of the DNA. And through this conscious reprogramming to your original blueprints of energetic planetary structures, especially, like I said, using these flower planetary patterns of the energetic solar biofield, you're actually creating an etheric tethering to that inherent pattern within and without. And this can assist with deeper inner expansion and further growth into your astral body, into your Rishi body, and into your cosmic and galactic universal bodies. Many will tell me that they can't really astral travel, or they can't really connect to their Stargate origins. And how do we do this? Sometimes this just means that you need to consciously focus on these mental strategies and techniques necessary to gain the access and ability. Everybody has the capacity to access these parts of themselves, but it just has to be the priority. And you have to start really, when you start focusing in on this level of mastery and advancement within, it starts to become a very conscious choice. It starts to become about a lot of self-control, honestly, a lot of restraint, spiritual restraint, purification, all of these things. So like I said, these levels of spiritual mastery within these realms of, using pineal induction, using the Maharaj seal, using the tube of light, using energetic sensory visualization techniques, and all of these things we can do. These are all very advanced stages in spirituality. So don't compare yourself to anyone else's progress, anyone else's ability, because no two paths to ascension are the same. Some are very similar, and as empaths, we take on and we embody others' ascension stories as well. When I look back at my awakening, I feel like I go through this disillusion where I don't really know if it was 2012, 2013, 2014. Like from 2011, I would say even 2007, I was already starting to experience things that I can look back now and be like, yeah, that was a part of my awakening. That was a part of my awakening. So it's like, I really can't pinpoint, exactly what year and what day it was that I awoken, because I think it was just a natural progression. And like I said, we will all have, similar ascension stories, but nobody's ascension story is the same. That means that not every technique, not every meditation, not every expression of source is meant for everyone. And a lot of times, one thing that you're doing stops working. So you might be doing something for a while, a meditation that you got great results out of, and now it's not working no more. So it's time to switch it up. It's time to find something new. The more that you evolve and the more that you activate to archetypes and stargates and planetary bodies, the more that you will inherently receive downloads from your past lives, because it will be this constant kind of like, past life, future life, present, past life, and you constantly be going through this ascension and descension within your lifetimes and existences. So then you'll see more and you'll be shown more, and then you'll do more regression within that, as you evolve more into this state of being. So it's like a never-ending unfolding of ascension and descension processes. And just, the more that you unfold within that, the more that you essentially are able to hold more source light inside of yourself. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you found my channel and you resonate with this message, then that would be a clear indicator that you match this frequency and you would benefit from fine-tuning, processes of the higher mind. And once you get through the bulk of your healing or your physical ascension processes or wherever you're at, and you kind of come to this place where you feel like you've activated the Merkaba, you've embodied, heart consciousness, you feel that your cup is full, you feel yourself connecting to your higher masculine mind, that's a good time to start implementing Bio-Regenesis techniques and really consciously doing it in a way that you are the master of your own mind and no longer responding to the default of somebody else's mastery. Where receiving a direct higher intellect download from Antares becomes the normal now. So you simply just heighten and harmonize with the ascension experience when you start to align to your planetary consciousness through these lunar gateways and through these patterns of life that continue to reveal more truth, more divinity, more connection every 28 days, quantum energy within your body. And all of this just means that your senses have turned on at meta ultra radial heightened experience where you are aware of everything in your field 360 degrees, and you start harmonizing to your quantum nature and higher self internal guidance as the main master within. So within this energetic time cell cycle of May 2nd through the 29th, we are feeling the radioplasma wave infusions of this new gateway, which are subatomic photonic light particles and wave ions that essentially carry all galactic, universal, planetary, and stargate information for us to absorb, transmit, and reflect from and through the 11th tone according to the Mayan calendar. So the number 11 not only being that powerful manifestation number, but also representing the spectral tone. And this time cell is called actually the spectral moon of liberation. So the spectral tone qualities of this time cell will be all about dissolving of the energetic blockages that one holds within, releasing what no longer serves, and liberating oneself from their old ways, their old patterns and habits. Many who are getting ready for big life changes right now, I know there's a lot of, career choices and, life path choices, and this tonal energy of 11 is supporting these transitions. So as you align more to the cosmic moon life force of the spectral tone that's carrying profound serpent energy, as this totem animal for this lunar gateway is the serpent, so expect a lot of triggers and dissolving of one's identity, as the serpent energy can appear as destruction or chaos in one's life. But this activation in itself is strategically designed to be the necessary forces of evoking liberation or release from, the rigid structures of your life. This time cell will truly provoke us all to see the aspects of our wholeness and invites us to break through and shift direction. So some high points for the week are the Taurus new moon and, a change in the direction for Saturn. So, we had Saturn turn retrograde on April 29th. And, when Saturn goes retrograde, it's, the time to review your career situation, reevaluate your life direction, consolidate your resources, because Saturn will mean that less is more. And through a 4.5 month retrograde period, it's going to be a useful time to just go back, over the seeds of the past and just weed out what you don't need anymore, what's no longer serving. And then get real pragmatic and get real organized because of the Taurus new moon. And, everybody's going to be really grounded in that Taurus energy. It's going to be the perfect time to, plant our seeds of new beginnings, for all of our down-to-earth matters like, better time management and eating healthy and, making good financial choices and all of those things. So we also are aligning to about 4 different firing and activating stargates right now as well. So you have to think of these stargate alignments as all interlapping, all reflecting off of one another, absorbing into one another, transmitting through one another. It's never just like one or the other. It's constantly shifting. But right now, the major stargates that are activating would be Aldebaran, Orion, Sirian gateways, and even Hydra. So we may be experiencing more transmissions from these gateways as we, transdimensionally morph through these mini harmonic overtones and bass tones within these Stargate plasma radial waves that we are just receiving directly to our... So I just want to thank you so much for watching, and namaste. You are so amazing to me. I appreciate all your love and support, and I hope you have a beautiful everything. Namaste.